What's up, everybody? Welcome back for some more Celeste. So, we were in 8B last time. We're just going to jump back into that. It was hard from what I remember. Let's see what we got going on. Right, so we have these blocks, which kind of blast us off in the inverse direction that we approach them from, but there's a lot of DI involved in it. Kind of once we're connected to it, you can sort of influence it. And when we hit that heart-shaped switch over there, it's going to switch it from hot land to cold land. And that makes some of the blocks different. This? Why did... Oh, I feel like I should have... Whatever. All right. Go again. It begins. But this is the game, everybody. Lock in. Get comfy. Oh, my God. I wonder if there's a good... If we have Celeste knowers who can think of one, a good point that we could mark to, like, set a time thing for, just to have a prediction going. Rather than one of the, like, one-room predictions. Because it's hard to know when those are going to come about until we're already very deep into, you know, the room. We probably don't need the dash at all there, right? Because we have to be very conservative with our dashes. No, you do need it there. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Beauty is a side quest of pie baking. Yeah, food's about eating it, not about looking good, right? We care about the way food looks because we're evolutionarily, you know... There it is! I fucked it. We're trained to be like, you know, that looks dangerous, that looks good, or whatever. We have some instincts baked into the noggin. And that's why visuals matter with food and most other things that we see. Yep. At the end of the day, man, fucking, you know, an undercooked brownie can look an awful lot like actual human shit. And there is a big difference between eating those two things. You've got to be dicking me. It's slicked up like a bodybuilder on the wall there, man. It's covered in bronzer and fucking baby oil. Oh my God. It's glistening like Arnold's arms. He pets his mini horse. I need food to look good? Always? You always need food to look good? Have a good stream, eh? We'll catch you later, Nutter. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Like, I feel like some food, if you really like, are like breaking it apart. Like, you know, if you like take like a burrito and like splay it open, you know? Just reveal a burrito's naked innards. The way that it's not meant to be looked at, it kind of looks gross in a way. It's kind of like a mess. It's kind of like a sloppy ass mess. Doesn't really look great, but it's delicious. Reading patch notes for Crab. Making a game sounds fun. Keeping it running and updating it does not sound fun. True. All dream jobs are still jobs at the end of the day, right? Yep. I don't care about how food looks. I'll eat the slop bowl. As long as it tastes good, I'll be happy. Yeah, me too, pretty much. You know, I'm influenced by the way it looks, but definitely ain't the end-all be-all. I do not dream of labor, yeah. I want to do things because I want to do things, man. Not because I need to do things. But such is life. Such is life, brother. Yep. Oh my God. You gotta tilt it down a little bit more there. It's spicy. Come on, man. I'm trying to think of a really disgusting looking food that I like. I mean, I like oatmeal. Oatmeal's kind of nasty looking. Not the cat, specifically. Not my cat oatmeal, I mean the food. I feel like it's kind of gross looking. It like looks like, you know, like that shit they eat in like the Matrix. What does he call it? Sploosh? No, that's the stuff from holes. Digging up them holes, digging up them holes, digging. Holes has really been in my brain this last week. I've been talking about holes a lot. Fucking Stanley Yelnats. You son of a bitch. Should never have caught them shoes. Man not entitled to the sweat on his own brow. You're entitled to your own sweat. You can work if you want to work. We're saying that, you know, the idea Deegan's getting at is that, and that I'm getting at is that all jobs, if you require your job for sustenance, eventually there'll be some part of it that you don't like that you have to do because it's your job, you know, and so on. Flappy Bird looking quite different. Yeah. The dev got bullied off the App Store for Flappy Bird. He had to iterate. He was like, you know what? I'm going to combine two untapped markets, trans people and mountains. We did it? Yes! Or sorry, she did that? Totally kidding. Oh, I know. I have a boat meal every morning, so I can confirm it looks pretty digested, but like it tastes like peaches and cream, so give me 2 scoops of slop. Yeah, it's good. Oatmeal's good. It's tasty. Yep. Not the way. This room sucks. Oh, wait, there was a little guy down there that, yeah, I needed to go get the guy. Dildo. My tits. Bing, bang, bong, bang, bong, dingoes. Eat that dingo like a baby. No! If any dingoes are watching this stream, don't eat babies. People, you know, they love their babies. So I guess every animal we ever eat was somebody's baby, right? Like when people are like, that stripper is someone's daughter. That fucking steak was some cow's calf, you know? And you're fucking chopping it up and eating it. That's why people are vegetarian. You fuck ass, give me a beer. Right, the spikes don't hit you from the bottom side, but they hit you from the top side for sure. Go down one there, and then over. There? I need to like stall for a second or something and like reset? We're getting there. We're getting there. Just keep trying it. Down one. I just didn't move when I needed to move. Happens sometimes. Symptom of being bad. There it is. I think I need to go over and then left again or something. I don't know. It's kind of sketchy. Bingo. Bango. On one. Over. Yeah, see there? I'm too close to the bottom. Hey, what's up, Addy? Yes, take your meds if you haven't, folks. I've successfully set my med schedule to be like I take them in the morning now, and it just, I'm used to it, and it's good. I initially didn't do that because I thought my daily meds would like make me nauseous if I took them before I ate, but they don't. At some point you were playing this thinking you would be done in like 12 hours. Yeah, I wonder what the hour count was when we cleared the base game, when we saw the credits. Because I don't think it was that far from 12. It was probably more like 14 something. I gotta find a way to do it without the dash, man. Gotta find a way to make money off this. Cookie, reminding you of something you learned last stream? Yes, tell me, Thebes. Bingo bango, just call me Django. Pretty good. Hold jump to jump higher. This works on the ice. Oh, right. Right. That was a big deal in one of the rooms. Yeah, thank you. Hit. You went twice a day, once when I wake up and the other when I leave for work. Gotcha. Come on, man. Should have done a longer bounce there. That also should have been a longer bounce. Those are the longer bounces to test it. Get your dashes back. You. Interesting, yep. Yup. I actually am Beef Wellington. God damn it! Take mine once every hour. I knew a dude a while back in college who was remarkably functional, but definitely an alcoholic. And he drank. He took a shot every hour. That was his thing. He took one shot every hour and didn't drink otherwise. But it was legit just like medicine to maintain that buzz. Which was crazy. Which was crazy. You Beef Wellington, you ain't even in the baking tray? What the hell? They bake Beef Wellington? Watched a lot of Hell's Kitchen and I know very little about Beef Wellington. I mean, it's basically just beef and like a pastry, right? I'm gonna take a shot every hour in order to not get drunk faster than that. That's a decent way to drink. Yeah, no, it's funny. It's crazy thinking about doing it all the time. Is there anybody who uses Linux? Yeah, we got Linux users. I don't know if we have any of them hanging in chat right now, but I know we have Linux users in the Crunch arena. No. Back. Look at the recovery though, chat. Could we have done that 3 attempts ago? I don't think so. That was actually sick. Yeah, Hex uses Linux, Billy uses Linux, Licorice, there we go. We got a bunch of Linux users in the chat. I beefed it. Hey, what's up, squirrels? Being prepared to get the extra bounce is tough. Overshot it, man. Happy Monday, squirrels. Hope you're doing well, bud. Good. Bang. Bong. Forward. Focus. Man. Yes, I relied on it and it paid. Oh, I didn't make it, but that was cool. There's so many games that are like 90% off on Steam right now. It's so tempting to buy more. I know. I just, at the beginning of stream, played Bloons TD6 for the first time. Bloons TD6. Because it was like $1.50 on Steam or something. It was very cheap, whatever it was. And I'd heard it's good for a long time, and it was very fun. I'm the worst. It's over. I guess we can scout a little bit. I could get my dashes back over there. Was it not over? I could have, if I leaned into that boost, I could have had the boosticle shoot me to the damn sun. Oh! Maybe 50 to 25 games in the last 2 weeks from the sales. Damn, I've only gotten a few. I got some of the requests. I got Bloons. I got, yep. I got Rain World and I got Barony. I gotta try one of these days. Stream, I've said it before, it's been very true for me. I used to spend more impulsive money on video games before stream. Not like a crippling amount or anything, but like, I definitely buy fewer video games these days because that's even with the chat requests and everything. And that's just because I'm spending less time like wondering what to play browsing the store because I'm spending that time streaming instead. I love browsing a game storefront. Probably more than 25 when I think of the gifts. You're a generous fellow. We appreciate it, Malaquin. Yep. Hit. Good. Phew, that sucks. It like feels like, you know, because I'm jumping on it at the start, it should be sort of the same cycle every time, but it's like not. I got buggos and nothing else. I still didn't even get the pay Titan game because I'm pinching right now. Probably won't get on it before we move on. Fair enough, Deegan. You gotta do what you gotta do, man, you know? And I think, in a way, like, that's wise with Mecha Chameleon. I was just thinking to myself today, like, probably one more Mecha Chameleon session this week, maybe, and then we just never do it again. You know? Kind of what was in my head. Nice. It's the over. Look up this barony you speak of. It's like a first-person dungeon crawler roguelike. Never played it, but I've just... It kind of looks like a lot of other games, honestly, and I feel like that's part of what's never fully sold me on it, but people in chat a bunch of times have been like, no, that particular game is very fun. And now I believe in it. Would you like some wine? Yes, absolutely, Leah. In fact, I think that's maybe the only thing that would make me better at Celeste. Why don't I use Linux? Effort. You want the honest reason? I'm sure you could convince me of many reasons that it's technically good. It's just effort. Stop your hands from shaking. That chameleon blew up so fast. We interesting to see how long it lasts. Yeah, I would guess that it won't last super long. But I don't know. I feel like the dream of Friend Slop is to be Phasmophobia, right? Maybe it could be Phasmophobia. You said all the descriptors that make me hard for a game. Well, you might like Barony then, Malquid. It was cheap. I bought it on the sale because I don't remember exactly how much, but it was heavily discounted. There it is. Yes! No! Ugh. Brought him over just as I suffered a loss to further burden me. He's never been cute in his life. She just said he was cute. Cute dog. All right, let him go. Baby boy. She said he only started crying because you were petting him, which is true. Linux seems so good for customizability, but I just cannot be bothered. Beefy. Same. Beefy gets me. Anytime someone lays it out to me, it's like, yeah, sounds good. I just like, you know, you just gotta do a bunch of stuff to set it up, and you gotta know what you gotta learn, and I'd rather learn about Celeste and sumo wrestling. I was high as a damn kite that time. Fuck, man. Midnight Ghost Hunt. No, I don't know that one. Unslop hide and seek game. Yeah, I just feel like I still see people that are like Phasmophobia creators, you know? Exclusively. There's probably some Among Us as well. I guess, was Among Us the real start of Friend Slop? No, it's a little more like intentional. It's pretty much it, though. Yeah, Lethal Company is a good pinpoint. I would have said Left 4 Dead. That's like... It makes sense, but more in a retroactive sense, which I think kind of is... whatchamacallit? Fucking Phasmophobia as well. Phasmophobia wouldn't it's not really that, but it kind of fits in with them now. Love to see you play Yap Yap. That's the wizard one, right? Yes, no! Yeah, that could be fun. Hard to arrange a lot of that stuff. I think Repo started Friend Slop. Repo was copying Lethal Company. Repo is just Lethal Company with some other ideas in it. I've never played either, but that is my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Gradient was one of the rungs. Yeah, one of the rungs. Yeah, Lethal Company was made first, since no fault in this logic. No, I think Lethal Company is a good point to identify when it really started to crystallize as its own genre, because right after then, Repo came out, and then there was just, like, other stuff, like, remember, like, Dale and Dawson's Paper Company, where everyone, like, went to work, and then there was Peak, and, you know... Thank you, dear. White wine! Oh, it's good. Pretty tasty, actually. What was I gonna say? It was around... Peak was when I first heard the term. When I was trying Peak with Blender and Nemo is when Blender was like, hey, I heard people are calling this genre Friend Slop. I was like, that makes sense. But at least for me, if I were to define it... And by the way, the term is not inherently pejorative. You can use it in a pejorative context, certainly. But it is not... Like I think Mecha Chameleon is a great Friend Slop game. I think Peak is a great Friend Slop game. You know? But I think for me, what actually defines the genre... What defines the genre is... Obviously, meant to be played with a group of friends. It is low cost, specifically, and creation of the game was low investment. This does not mean no investment. This does not mean there's no effort that goes into making these games. But it means that part of the genre is the quality of the development, meaning that stuff like Mario Party can't count. Stuff like Left 4 Dead can't count, in my opinion. It's different. Like... all the other games like Repo and Lethal and Yap Yap and Peak and stuff all like have that like kind of like Unity game jam look to them. And I think that's like kind of part of it. At least in my mind, that's part of what the genre is. And it's not exactly one specifically defined look. Yeah, gambling, are we there yet? But yeah, I think both the price and effectively the investment and development are important in the genre. They are like low investment games, both in terms of buying it and making it. Rounds doesn't really count for me. It's sort of similar, and the devs have made Friend Slop, but like it's not really the same exact thing, because that's like a competitive game that has like a very mechanical... Like, it's more of like a platform fighter thing made into like a casual, you know, whatever thing. But that's kind of different in my mind. The game has to be more one funny idea that is good with friends. You know, I feel like a lot of Friend Slop is really clean and simple designs. I don't think Stick Fight would count. Yeah, Friend Slop's like not big competition. Rounds is Friend Slop like how Overwatch would be. Yeah, a game being fun with friends does not make it Friend Slop. You know what I mean? Settlers of Catan is not Friend Slop. Yeah, but the 4-player requirement is actually decent for Friend Slop. Now that you say it, if we're gonna define the genre, you could maybe make an argument for 3, but like 4 players. It's also very common, for what it's worth. It is very common for Friend Slop games to have proximity chat. Not 100%, but incredibly common. That's a feature in like almost all of them because it's kind of just inherently funny. Trying to think of like what else, because like you don't want to be too narrow in the definition, because I still think a lot of it is just like take one good idea. Mecha Chameleon is hide and seek and you can paint yourself. That's the idea, and you have voice chat with friends. You know? Crunch, are you failing? I don't know. I'm not really failing. I'm honestly having a good amount of fun. Mecha Chameleon's not friend slop. It's 100% friend slop. Once again, the term is not pejorative. Exclusively. Context matters. I think it is just what the genre is called now. We don't really get to decide what names stick. We just get to throw ideas out there and see what the baboons do with it, you know? What's the difference between a party game and friend slop? Effort. Kind of. Honestly. Development effort, yeah, but like, it's also a little bit of an indescribable thing here. Yeah, there's competition as well. I'm not doing the bouncicles, that's why I'm failing here. It's a little bit of an indescribable thing here where like, when we say ARPGs, we mean games that look like Diablo, you know? And then when you describe what an ARPG is in terms, it's often like, oh, like a loot hack and slash game, which can actually mean a bunch of stuff. And I feel like that's where some of this other stuff comes in, like this general low effort unity you get on voice chat with your buddies specifically. Like all that stuff comes into play into making it friend slop, where it's hard to exactly define, but I know it when I see it. Friend slop term itself is kind of odd to me. Why would you call a potentially fun game slop? Because we've injected slop into like the entirety of the modern vernacular, and its uses are diversified. Because we've always liked slop. We were talking about liking slop in terms of food earlier, so we've already covered that, but let's go beyond it a little more, and like reality TV is, you know, basically slop. WarioWare friend slop? See, I still think there's too much actual design there. I think there's too much design. Like, Wario's like a full-ass, like, character and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, the closest thing Peak has to that is that there's that fucking, like, bleep bloop stuffed animal guy. And it's confusing. We get into stuff like Warcraft 3. Friend slop takes itself way less seriously. Yeah, and again, slop, the term slop applies here because low development effort is part of it. Like, I just pulled in Unity assets. We have one clever idea that we made work, and we threw in voice chat, and we shipped it. And honestly, the fact that it's friend slop is much better than just saying that it's slop, because friend slop is at least slop with a purpose. Slop is low effort and easy to digest. That might be bad to some, but to others, slop is tasty because you need less effort to eat it. Yeah, that's honestly pretty astute because the easy to digest is also part of it, right? Which is it is easy to buy, it is cheap. Peak is $6.99, you know? It's not $30. Helldivers 2 comes out, great friend game, has great proximity chat, a lot of the things we're talking about here, but the production value and the cost make it definitively not one of these games. Yes! No! No! Marbles on stream? No, that's its own thing. That's its own thing. That's like a stream game specifically. Slop is mainly micro slop? What the hell is micro slop? Is that like microplastics? I know what AI slop is. Stream slop, yeah. Stream slop's like only up. Gonna change to a horse topic? I don't know. That last run was good. Evan. You just eating strawberries? I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, I was just surprised. She's just got a bowl of strawberries. Microsoft, okay. Whew. Easier access make these games blow up bigger and for a short time. Yeah, it makes blowing up for a shorter time more valid too, you know? Like, eventually the Peak devs are probably gonna, like, you know, stop adding stuff to Peak, and they should. Maybe pop back in, like, once every year or two and have an event or something, but, like... Play MTGA, we'll catch you later, Stripe. Have a fun time, win some games. Don't play blue. She was eating Squid's wife, Fifi. She's a nice lady, man. She's a nice lady. I don't think you should be saying that. I don't think Squid would appreciate it that you said you wish you were eating his wife. In one instance, you're killing her, and in the other instance, you're cuckolding him, which he might be into, but I don't know. And either way, I feel like it's not something he wants to discuss on the stream. Yep, yep. Oh, hey. Good, sink down. Playing green, white, black? Nice. I don't remember what that one's called. It's probably called, like, Jeskai or something. Top best cherries for dessert. Oh, shit. Let's go. Rainier cherries. Simple quality fun for a short amount of time, but it might make them more meaningful for the laughs. Yeah, I think they're kind of a good thing for the gaming space in a way. You know? In general, once again, I'm not trying to be negative about them. I think they're filling a niche. They're kind of like friend slot games are legit becoming the third space because it's cheaper to buy a fucking... It's cheaper to buy Peak than it is to buy one beer at a bar with your buddies. You know? When you factor in, like, getting there and all that stuff that comes into it. And that's one of those things that's just been really, like, studied and noticed recently is that with the price of things going up, people, like, aren't going to meet in other random spaces and stuff. And I think these games are legit serving that purpose. Rather than going to the fucking bar, you meet on Discord and play fucking Peak for 3 hours. You have beers at home for less money. All the slop talks make me want to go make a bowl of oatmeal. Leah and I have to go food shopping again. I'm getting kind of low on my options. I have those buffalo mac and cheese bites left. I might have to have those tonight. Eek. That was a little fucking sneaky. Good. No! That one was so good! This guy's red, white, blue. Okay. Don't play blue. Let's listen to the background. Yeah. I would do a task of this level and have a perfectly wonderful time. Playing it looks like hell. It's pretty fun. I will say I am not getting any bad vibes from playing it myself so far, chat. I feel like I'm, like, working on it. Yeah. Redeem Oatmeal Cam. All right. Oatmeal's my cat. Twitch Games. Where is he? Leah's grabbing him. Nice. The burden's taken away from me. Thank you, dear. This is Oatmeal. No, the food? Oatmeal as a food is just, it's basically just like oats. Like mixed with like flavors and stuff that you like dry and then you like either put like water or like milk in and then, you know, you just eat it. He's chonky as oat and he cannot float. He might float. He's never been in water really. Oat slop. The Crunch's content is just oat slop. Cats float, generally speaking. Yeah, but this cat's made of lead. Like the balloons and bloons. He's pretty happy now. He feels he's getting a lot of attention. He's purring. Otas. Now he feels done. Are you done, Oatmeal? It's not a native English speaker. Gotcha. Yeah, no worries at all. No, I was just thinking about, I don't know, I was just thinking about how to describe it because it's basically just like mushy oats. Oatmeal's just like mushy oats that you eat, generally for breakfast. And Licorice, I say yes. Go make some oatmeal to honor the conversation. Porridge if you're fancy. Yeah, true. Who calls? No one calls it porridge. Goldilocks calls it porridge. And I guess those bears. Come on, man. What's the difference between oatmeal and porridge, if there is one? Because I basically consider them to be the same thing, right? Though there are like other kinds of porridge. Everyone here calls it porridge. Oatmeal here isn't a common term. Oh, interesting. One's a food, other is a cat. Oats that have been milled. And by milled, that just means ground up, right? And by ground up, I mean like worked in a mill, not like on grinder. Mealed. That little hesitation was not good. Porridge can be anything. Oatmeal is oats. Hydrate for Malaquin. Taking Malaquin. They use other stuff besides oats to make it sometime. But so yeah, I understand. Oatmeal is a type of porridge. Rice boiled in milk, served with butter and cinnamon. Every time I see mainland porridge, I get sad. Interesting. I gets it. But when y'all eat, if y'all said, I'm just having some porridge in London, would the assumption be that you were having oatmeal, as I know oatmeal? Like, there are other types, but if you just said porridge... I beeped it? Yep. Okay, nice. That checks out. Yeah, I feel like I've heard of, like, rice porridge. What's something? I feel like I've heard of another kind of porridge. Oh. I can jump big, not big. There is a difference, though, and some of them I'm jumping. Some of them, like that one, I'll purposefully not jump, you know? A little bit of that, but right there, those are both jumps. That's a jump. I'm done. Get got, noob? God damn it. Or it just happens to be a catch-all, yeah. No, I understand it now. I kind of prefer the word, but everyone here definitely calls it oatmeal. Nobody calls it porridge. Game seems super frustrating. It's weirdly not. For me, for some reason, this game is actually pretty chill. There are times when it gets frustrating. In general, it's mostly just fun. And again, I think the biggest thing is that the lever they turned is there's no friction. There's no friction to dying. You just try again instantly. There it is! Not peas porridge. Not peas porridge. Mira, you want to run a prediction? Do we get this room by 42:40? Or 42:20? Do we get this room by 42:20? We can't stop it. Gives me 16 minutes to finish this room. Any murlocs in chat? That was not the murloc sound. I beeped it. Yes. Yes. Ho! Ho! No! You guys see that fucking time save? I'm faster than the task. Never mind. Don't start the prediction. I fucking got it. Don't start it. Never mind. I don't need any time. Damn. No, I was about to gamble everything. Thieves was like, he's got this. Kill myself there. Canceled it in the "Are you sure" screen. That's funny. I obviously did not think that I was gonna get it. How about this room? Sure, this room. Let's do, since the room is sight unseen, chat. Sight unseen. I haven't done it at all. I'm gonna pack a bowl. 4230. 4230 for this room. Let's do a 5-minute pred. That way, if I get it in the first 5 minutes, it's canceled. If I get it in the first 5 minutes, it's canceled. You know? 4230. Because it's a good chance each room is going to be hard. 6-7 did the hand movement, by the way? Why are you telling me that, man? What are you going to tell me next? Just took a shit, didn't wipe? You're just burdening people with poor personal knowledge? I guess I do that by streaming, don't I? I broadcast myself out to the world and I'm like, I don't like pickles. Nah. All right, chat. Do we clear it by 4230? Paper efficient. Feels a little like insider trading if I know what the current board is like. Yeah, you've earned a little insider trading, Thebes. My ability to fail might also baffle you. Something pot kettle. Yeah, no, I came around on it at least. Still sucks. Still does suck. Predicted with all my 420 points. Let's go. Dill flavor sucks, straight up. Like, you want to make your food taste a little more like a fucking rotten, pond reed? Want to make your food taste like it's been sitting at the bottom of a dirty lake for a month? Have pickles. Crazy, bro. And then y'all are gonna be like, dill and pickles are not the same. Whatever. I'm ignorant, okay? Some foods are supposed to taste like pond reeds? Yeah, maybe if you're a fucking lawnmower, not for a human being. All right. Get this done for the believers. There's a lot of money. Whoops. There's a lot of money on belief, by the way. So doubters, if you want to try to earn, get in on that. You see, I was doing it. I was doing it. Save your dashticles. How was I doing it? Master the tech. You have to kind of jump up. That's the trick. Hit the wall, then jump up. Ah. You seeing that? Like, sometimes I'm able to scoop in Hollow Knight style, sometimes I'm not. Madeline. There's like a little, small jumps. I'm learning new tech. Yeah, I'm like just discovering this now, but it's something. You see that? You got to do like a little scoop as you hit it or something. There's a weird motion. Hold on, maybe I should do the analog stick for this. It's tricky. Bot friend skip 2 hours. What happens if I do it like this? Yeah, okay. Kill yourself, though. We don't want that. Do it this way. Why? How am I doing that? I think... Do I need to let myself slide for a second? No. This tech is never taught, huh? Moan compilation 2 hours. I did that Path of Pain short. It doesn't seem it's about the length of the button press. Feeling super grateful for the stream the next few weeks. Being in the sad house now is ass. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it, buddy. I am, like I said, I don't envy you guys, so I hear that. Nemo and Amanda are the last ones in an apartment that was once full of camaraderie, so I get it, buddy. Y'all are gonna be out soon, though, in the new place. You can climb the ice for the doubters. It feels like this tech would be good to know. It does seem really hard to execute, though. It seems really fucking hard to execute. Oh, that was so good. But it's one of those things where the times I hit it, it's like, oh yeah, just do that. Where I'm like, what I'm doing basically is aiming into the wall to the right, and then I'm kind of flicking my thumb up right as I jump. If you want, I can tell you how it works. It's never taught nor expected, so it's not really a spoiler. Sure, Thebes, go ahead. We've burned time already against the believers, so go ahead and tell me. Tell me explicitly how it works. These are neutrals. So my jumping, I'm technically not holding any direction. Aha, I understood it immediately, yes. Do it again to learn. Crunch off topic, but curious to use a monitor arm? I do, yep. I have a tri-monitor arm. It's got one, like, thing in the center that clamps onto the desk, and I have one monitor on that, and then it's got two arms where I've got my other two monitors. Neat! Neat! I just want to practice a tiny bit, and then we'll beat the room, I promise. That's pretty cool, chat! That one is good in terms of quality. I mean, it's done me well. I've been using it for streaming for quite a while now. When did I get the triple monitor set up? I feel like it was like a year ago. I probably had it. I've had it for a long time, so maybe not a year, but 9 months or something. They're good. The glass stand and two arms for the side monitors, but they were all free. Gotcha. This might as well have been free. I got it. They're useful because no stamina is used with wall jumps, but also in places like these where the walls aren't climbable. Yeah, nice. I got my arm from my, like, points at work. Okay, let's move on. We, instead of, like, getting, like, they used to do, like, Christmas gifts and stuff like that, but instead of that now, just at, like, holidays and stuff, we get these, like, points to spend on a thing, which is actually kind of nice. I'm not complaining. Rather than, like, having, like, a committee to decide what kind of gift basket we should get. We just get to, like, get points and spend them on things. Like, I got the monitor arms, you know? Something I wanted. No! Yeah, hey, if it's working for you, Deegan, no need to replace it, right? Neutrals. Yeah, we gotta play Smash sometime on stream. That'd be fun. Not like a series, but just a little Smash on stream. I, of course, invoke the name of Smash because there's a lot of neutrals in that game. You gotta use your neutral air as Mewtwo, bro. Come on. Gotta launch up and over, I see. Hit. I don't really care if something's aesthetically pleasing, so I've got, like, I like having my stuff aesthetically pleasing. Like, I talked to Leah for about 8 minutes after she got home about my ideas for different curtains for the living room, because I don't think the ones we got are edgy enough. And I picked them. I picked the ones we got, but they're not satisfactory to me, I've realized. And then I got, like, these light kind of linen curtains, and they're nice. And I think they do complement, like, the colors in our ottoman well and stuff. But ultimately, I think I want to make them darker. Darker and heavier. Nair into nair into nair. Plywood top table and 2x4 and a plywood workbench in my office. Made of scraps. Yeah, see, I like... Well, but that kind of is an aesthetic, right? Right, you're from Ukraine. Yeah, got what the ode is. Average Game & Watch combo. I never played much Game & Watch. You must, though, Beefy. It's your fucking Discord picture. All I know Beefy to look like. I gotta start cooking. We got 13 and a half minutes to pay the believers. And the room actually doesn't seem that hard. I'm just kind of distracted. I'm getting pretty good at those, though, huh? Good practice. Oh, I let go a little early. That's so interesting. So the times when I was hitting the neutrals on accident means that I was hitting jump when I was switching from the right D-pad to the top one. You have 13 minutes to pay the doubters. Not gonna happen. You also eat oat porridge occasionally? Nice. What's your main porridge type, Twitch games? What's your default porridge? Rice? Yes, sir. We got plenty of time. Scottish oats are the goat. Not gonna happen, dies. Hey, what's up, JP? We can get there, chat. That's with all the fuckery. We got like 11,000 minutes to get there. You dickin'? It's surprisingly tough to neutral. Like, I'm getting it, but it's tough. They're very tasty and have awesome consistency. Interesting. I get Quaker oats, and I get the instant oatmeal, and I like the apples and cinnamon, and I like the maple brown sugar. Those are my favorite flavors. The others are all right. The peaches and cream is fine. It's just not my favorite. That is one a lot of people like. Whoop. Couldn't have done that first one. Whew. I have never read Slaughterhouse 5, it's true. Kind of like the chewy, rehydrated apple bits. Sometimes games like this, chat, that are super reactive. Does anyone else do this? I find my feet moving a little bit. Because I'm like, my whole body reacts sometimes since I'm like so determined to like react properly. And I'm like kind of like trying to learn a new movement in a way, you know? Nice, that was clean. What? Tough. Gotta think about it. It is not muscle memory yet, chat. Why we learn, though? Whew. The streamer that works for you instead of the mouth movements most streamers have? I do those sometimes, too. I try not to, but I succumb. I think I've got something, though, chat. In my head, if I think about it as press jump then D-pad, like let go jump D-pad, that is the combo. Let go jump G-pad when you're super dialed in. Yeah, I do it sometimes. I catch myself. Stage beyond, we're at 8B. Soren, welcome in. Since Maliquid's mouth watering. You would lean and turn the controller in turns. Yeah, one of my buddies did that with Kingdom Hearts. He'd be like, which is crazy. Yes, that's it, buddy. That's it. Madeline! Madeline, what were you doing? All right, ready? Jump it. Jump it. Jump it. Jump. Jump it. 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 I need to go higher up, though. Why? One of my sisters is very expressive with the controller in that way, but she's playing like Pac-Man. That's crazy. Nice. I move around when in the zone sometimes, but I mostly just forget to blink. All right, chat, we got 7.5 minutes left. Let's stop doing this. Let's just... Can we just go around this way? Learning the tech was fun. I think I've got the idea of it down. I don't think I'll totally forget it, at least. Let's, You don't want to hit the ceiling there. You actually have to look around. You gotta... Ooh, close. Close, close, close. You gotta time the jump at the end of the little conveyor belts well, too. I think I wasn't worrying enough about the jump timing there, and now that I'm paying more attention, I'm, like, hitting the full boosticle on it every time. Done. Pay the believers. Pay the believers! That was a little bit of locking in, man. That was a little bit of locking in. And let's just go ahead and roll it back. Sight unseen. Do we clear this board by, let's say, 4240? Let's give a little tighter. 4240 here. And I'm going to make it a little tighter on this next one. Whew. It's actually kind of fun for me to have the time for each screen like this. I love gambling. Keep believing, but I hate this kind of room. I said what I said. I said it. One of my least favorite rooms because of the fire. I'll handle it. Don't worry. Gotta eat BRBs. Oh yeah, we'll catch you soon, Natty. I hope you enjoy your food. The fire does seem annoying. Getting on the prediction, everybody. Do we beat this room? Do we beat this room by 4240? Seems obnoxious immediately. Seems very, very fucking annoying immediately. All right, chat, we got problems. Never mind. I've seen the route. I'm going up now. Nope, not then. Go now. Try to skip right before one comes down and hits you. Okay, try to go right after one passes. But get a better jump. Better jump. See if we had better DI there, but I think we're figuring out the cycle we gotta use. That wasn't it, but there's something. That was too early? Shit, man, we only got 13 minutes. I need to preserve a dash to get the green guy over there. Close. This is the most focus I've ever seen about a Roman cycles. My money has to be safe. Thieves, the predictions are making me double down. They're making me dial. Prediction's still up, by the way. Do we get it by 4240? Enough jump at the first wall, you have the space to skip the middle wall entirely? Maybe. I don't know. If with a dash, actually, yeah, maybe. Remember, you can reset the cycle like that. Imagine if I had snaked it through there like a snake on the plane. Tight. Ugh. Totally doable, sub 4240. Yeah, it's definitely doable. Whether or not it's doable by me now in these exact circumstances remains to be seen. I just meant to dash straight up there, man. I thought I was going to go a little quicker than that. You got to be ready to, like, let it go if it's not when you want it to be. We only have so much grabby power, though, and there's no bar for stamina. It's only vibes. Almost. Ugh. I had waited like a second there. I could have shot up right after that guy. Now, you can jump right up. You have full faith? Thank you, Soren. I tried to let go, but I already had too much momentum. Was too late. That little one still flirting with the wall over there is a real cunt punch. I'm not gonna lie to you. That one's a real kick in the old piss pump. Good? We can do it, man. Lucky you didn't make that. It would have canceled the prediction, actually. I was about to say pay the believers, but I wouldn't have gotten to. We can do it, though. And honestly, I'm kind of thinking I shouldn't think about the cycle. That one, I just rode with the wind, and I was like a leaf. You know? Let's prediction close, because we got it now. We're getting some decent numbers on these predictions. I appreciate the participation, everybody. Not a good enough jump. I needed more. I needed to go more straight over to the right. Yeah, you can kind of sneak through there, and yeah, the secret is getting the actual jump. Is like there's like a particular kind of timing for it. There it is. I love buckwheat porridge the most, although I'm not even sure if I translated the name correctly. Interesting. Buckwheat porridge. It's something. I've heard of buckwheat. I tried to land on the spikes. Ooh. All right, 10 minutes. 10 minutes to get the W. We've gotten 90% of the way there. We know it's doable. Honestly, we've gotten 98% of the way there. That was a good jump. I don't like that timing. Yeah, you gotta come off. So far, I've liked shooting up right after one passes by. That seems like good timing. Oh. Didn't get the jump. That was right before one landed. Not ideal. That just wasn't good. We should have just reset. Buckwheat was a weed grass that grew on the edges of wheat fields, and the varieties that weren't weeded were the ones that most closely resembled wheat, though they're unrelated. Huh. It's nervous. Oh, I even hit. Yeah. All right. There's a golden spot there right after they pass by where you can just shoot through like that. See? I am using the cycles after all. But for this one, you gotta grab higher up. Oh, I should have just dashed. I was trying to go for that inner wall like a turd. You! All right, lock in. Stop thinking about buckwheat. This ain't about buckwheat. It's about conveyor belts and fire. Hog. I'm dead. I'm kind of down with the last you made me laugh. Oh, I'm glad I made you laugh. I'm sorry you've been feeling kind of down, Deegan. Might be like that sometimes. Hopefully it looks up good. All right, hopefully it looks up soon, man. Buckwheat's good with almost anything from honey to meatballs. That is quite the range. Gotta have a little more sideways, you know, DI on that guy. Don't slap that ball in the face. We've got this. 6 minutes. That's not the cycle you want to go on. Actually, that's when I could just skip going down on that one altogether. If we hit the second guy clean, go up. Yes, sir. I should have waited longer. That's a big solve, though. That was dope wrong. Gonna be all good? Hell yeah. I'm sure it will, man. But it still sucks to live through that stuff sometimes. Good. Could have even just spent another dash there. Not what you want to do. 5 minutes. Mira's putting the fucking burner on. I just wasted a dash like a buffoon. It's alright. No, it's not. We got this. It's tough. I don't have the dashes. I gotta go to the interior. Mira has a kettle. She only needs like 2 minutes. Yeah, fucking royalists. You're tougher though. Thank you, Beefy. I know you just want points, you selfish little prick, but still, thank you. I appreciate it, buddy. I salvaged. Not for the better. Dead. Not the timing. It's all right. For some reason, I just look through the spikes sometimes. I forget that they're there, but they're fucking dangerous, man. They're spikes. They're like the #1 thing in platformers. I needed a safe dash. I needed a safe dash. That was a little improvisation there, Chad. It actually wasn't that bad. Lets me go right on the first cycle. Fucked it up. Don't do that. Stop improvising. Stop improvising. Go back to the plan that was working. Go back to using the cycles. Time's running out. Oh god, the opportunity's slipping through our fingers, isn't it, chat? Oh god. I know this feeling all too well. Ah! Nice! Pay them. Pay the believers. Pay the believers. Woo! The feeling of winning. All my money is saved. Holy. Woo! I was scared, man. I was scared. Woo! Give me a second. You right on that? I didn't want to stress you. You had everything riding on that? Holy. I think it was an interesting design choice for the player to ignore spikes if moving the direction they're pointing. Yeah, it kind of makes sense in a way. A lot of games use that design thing. Can go this way, but not this way, right? We got there. I was starting to stress. I knew there were big points on that, but we won it, everybody. We won it. We got there. I feel like we're making good progress through the level, man. Can we do another one? Should we keep going? You lost it for me. I feel bad. I feel bad asking Miura to do constant predictions, but I feel like these ones... I think you should do one try before Preds. Okay. Sure. Does that count? I think that counts. Right? No. You can decide on the time, Mira, if you're okay with that responsibility. Pressure him to finish the fucking game. I think 15 or 20 minutes. Something like here. I feel like you got a gauge. Doesn't look that bad. I'm not. Okay, let's keep it spicy. Do 15 minutes. Do 42:55. 42:55. Tight. Is a riffle shuffled? No, I can't do that. All right. All right, do we clear it by 42:55? Everybody get in on the bet. I needed to do the bouncicles. That's not that bad, though. That's not that bad. Prediction is up, everybody. If you want to gamble for a chance at riches, now is your time. Do the big bouncies. Yes, sir. That's scary. Not shuffle, but cage, so I can do it midair without a table or surface. Holy, Blender can do that. Hex. We're pretty new here, but I think half your viewers are addicted to gambling. Yeah. Twitch gambling is fun, Soren, because you're playing with nothing. You're playing with imaginary points, but around here, you do earn them via time, so it's kind of not nothing. And you get to spend them on some real things like game wrecks and stuff. So I think there's like the right amount on the line where it's nothing, you know, nothing life-changing, but it's just fun to make it go up and down, and there is some actual material reward. Like, if you win some really big bets, you might be able to get a game request in, you know, 3 weeks earlier than you expected. I want to send my game order for the Steam summer sale, but a game I want released in 3 hours? Oh, no. That's how we maintain retention. 4 a.m. Oh, shit. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out, Twitch Games. I hope you had a good time, buddy. I gotta focus up. We got 13 minutes. By 13 minutes, I mean we got 12 minutes, dog. Hit all my wrecks 3 weeks early then? Yeah. I don't know, Beefy. I've seen you lose some catastrophic amount of points. Fuck, man. Ooh, that was kind of slick. I'm boned. You gotta win a lot to lose and lose a little, yeah. That's poker, baby. That's gambling. Why did I spend one of those before? I don't think I need a bet to make it on time, and I'm not taking the risk now. Just don't get sick tomorrow. All right, I won't. I would have to be very sick to take a sick day from streaming. It could happen. I might have done it at some point. But to be, like, physically sick, not even... I would say I'd be much sooner to take, like, a mental health day than be physically so sick that I don't stream. But it'll probably happen at some point. Fred Weather Crunch is sick tomorrow. Evie's gonna send me a fucking... virus in the mail. In the P.O. box. It took me a long time to think of the word virus there, man. That was kind of slick. Oh, tough, 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 tough. Any bioterrorists in chat? Well, I played the very beginning of Final Fantasy VII, so kinda. Or no, they're eco-terrorists. That's different, right? It's different. One wants to save the environment, the other type is using the environment to kill you. You played LOL, right? Yeah, I played League of Legends. I could pop the fires before I hit the thing. Or a bioweapon. Any singed mains in chat? Any fucking degenerates? I never played Singed much, a little bit, and it was fun. But Singed is probably one of the champions that made me mauled the hardest. At various times. Anyone currently got COVID and could mail it? Do not do that. I have 10 minutes, chat. Before my kids are turned into glue. Look in the envelope, they'll never know. 99% of League players quit before catching the enemy Singed. It's just one of those things where there are times in League of Legends where Singed is like, it's truly just he's right there, man. You know, you're like, I shouldn't chase him, but he's like one tap and he's right there. I can get him and I'll get the one tap and I'm not gonna chase him for long, you know? But every fucking time, bro. That ain't how it be. Oh, that almost could have been something, man. I got rid of the fires. You see that? Can I email you Ebola? Yes. Sign me up for the Denny's customer rewards list while you're at it, though. I want to get something out of this. Kill all the fire. All right, lock in. 8 minutes for the believers. Actually, don't. It might take too long. Yeah, I know. That's sort of what I was thinking. I didn't want to let the doubters know of my strategy, because then they could use it against me. You bitch. That was rude of me. Fire's just doing its job. I got you, bro. Thank you, Soren. Oh, they can't change your bets? They got ways. They got ways, Beefy. Ways unknown. All right, 6 minutes? Or no, different than that? 7? 6 minutes, 55 seconds. 55 burgers, 55 fries. Hold on, I'm doing something. Good. Snag that for safekeeping. Go over here, kill the fires. Ah! Out of manipulation and coercion, how could they possibly influence you? Outside of these two very useful and common methods of influence, how could they influence you? I don't know, the two you fucking listed. Happy hour poutine? I still have never had poutine. I do have to have that. I think poutine's a slam dunk for me. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it. It's a very beige food. You know what I mean? There's really no veggies. The veggies that are there are largely decorative. Come on, man. What's up, Evil? Welcome in. Got here, know nothing about this game, but I'm gonna assume the timer in the top left is how long you spent in just this room. Yep, it is. You guys see how fucking slick I was with that? Peer pressure is just co-op manipulation, true. Ugh. Just scoring an interview, and now I get to relax with the game for a little while. Let's go, man. I don't really like interviewing people that much. I've only had to do it a little bit, but I don't know. I always get wrapped up in the, like, I don't know, they need a job, man. Pretty slick. It's JP, this game it's something else, brother. It's tough, okay? You got some cheese curds at the Tillamook factory? You're curding in the chat right now? Holy. Who up curding in their chat? People gotta be getting very competitive about their curds. Hit it and then be ready to bounce. And you're done. Pay the believers. Pay the believers. That's it. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. We're just oh no. We're just hoovering up. We're just hoovering up Doubter money tonight, chat. Hoovering it. Like a vacuum cleaner. Full on Mitsubishi, yeah. We got there, baby. We must be getting close to the end of this B-side. That was all you, Evil. Yeah, you should have gotten those points. I've doubled my initial points. See, sometimes betting pays, man. We're actually hoovering up Doubter points tonight. We're redistributing Doubter points to the economy. Big stuff. All right. Now we've got this Ori and the Blind Forest one. It's regrowing. Next Celeste day, I gotta make sure to do rounds beforehand and lose every match, so Thebes points go down the toilet. That's not cool. And we got some geographical closeness in the chat, huh? All right. I don't know. Think here. $43.11. Next prediction's up, everybody. 5 minutes. Do we clear this next one? By 43 hours, 11 minutes. Gives me 19 minutes. 15K on doubt already. Wow. The neutral tech could be good here. There it is. Keeping me doubting with my last points. Maliquin, you're a trooper, buddy. The doubters are actually feeding the believers tonight. I don't know if I am, though. Oh! The next lit stream for me is a believer. Some days it's... Everybody forgets the days the believers are paid. You know what I mean? It's a thankless thing in that way. To pay out the believers. Although right now, y'all are thanking me, so I don't know. Maybe I'm lying. That looks... Oh, I see it. I see it. Seems quite annoying. All right, cancel it. Maybe we hold off on the predictions for a minute. That's why Mira said try it, but I just blasted through that room. I don't mean to shit on your progress. Could you die this time? This is good. We're cranking. I feel like we're probably close to the end of this B-side. The B-sides are usually a little shorter than the levels. Rewarding my unyielding belief. Almost. The ice ladder is satisfying. Yeah, the lava rooms are quick, so I feel like we just shouldn't do predictions for a minute. I start to believe in that it's canceled. We won the room fast as fuck. I think Hex was in here doubting, but Hex also saw that doubting was a losing fight tonight, maybe. Either that or she's, you know, both hands in gooning on Warframe. As God intended. You gotta, the DI is so important. Oh, the DI is so important for those. You have to believe in doubt, that's how you get paid, and she knows that. It does pay often. Well, we've been on a streak this week, man. Belief has been paying. Like yesterday in Noida were big belief payouts. Yes, sir. It. Rising lava still. Just sight read the room. Hey, what's up, Autumn? AB, that's right. Ooh, thank you, dear. I see that wine bottle, actually. Yeah, we found this in a store the other day. I went to this winery when I was in Italy, and I remembered I remember the name of the place. I think you'll see why immediately. Castello del Poggio. Castello del Poggio. This wine's pretty pog, man. It is white wine, though. White wine's good. It's just, I don't know. It's just like a little less good. But most of the hard rooms are already nice. Yeah, we're kind of cruising it. This is Celeste, and you are terribad. It was called cheese. Hi, Omeo. Ah, had to hold to the side there a little bit. That seems kind of tricky, man. You just gotta get into a good spot and then probably let her rip. Should have just gone. That was it. Should have just gone. That's it. Ugh. You know, quite a few white wines are made with the same red grapes. They just take the skin off. Is that true? I thought the name of the wine is always the grape, though. Like, isn't like Chianti, like Chianti grapes? Isn't it if you're mixing varietals, then it's a blend? Ooh. Whomever added the bandana to the cheese short is the goat. That was me. That was me that animated the bandana in the cheese short. Oh! Nice sight read. Thank you, Autumn. Oh. We fly. It's you only have the 8 directions, you know, and it's tough to fucking do the calculus of where exactly those 8 directions are pointing. Cunt! But yeah, you know what's funny, Malaquin, about that kind of thing? Like let's say like the animation of like the little, you know, the bandana on me in that short and stuff like that. I would not say that I chose video editing as a hobby, and I would not say I'm really pursuing it at all as a hobby. In fact, I'm contracting out the work where I can, but I don't dislike doing it, and I actually have worked up a resume. I think I'm all right at something. You know? I didn't know shit about that before. But it was just like if you're going to stream, you have to make clips, you know? So I learned. You know, later in life, if I wanted to pivot to some kind of like social media content management or something, I like actually have a resume for that. Calculus would be so easy if every grading of the line was constant. Calculus isn't real. Calculus is making shit up. They're like, we're going to look at one point and we say we know what the line should be. And I know the math checks out, but does it? Or is the calculator, did they all just agree to say so? Yes, it does. I don't know, Beefy. I'm not convinced because Beefyberg said it, you know? My calculus professor in college was actually a pretty chill guy, man. I enjoyed calculus as a class overall because college math was much better than high school math. The college classes that I had very little homework, and homework was like deprioritized. It was just about, did you learn the material? And I did fine, man. I did fine. I got an A in calculus. You know what I mean? I failed pre-calc in high school because homework was like 65% of my grade or whatever. But then in college, I got an A in calculus. I'm in calculus right now. I'll get back to you. Ask me about people who just say the same people aren't just making shit up to fuck with us. It's true. And, you know, to unjerk for a second here, Licorice, that's honestly one of the things I like about math in, like, a really nerdy way, is that it's pretty devoid of human assumption. That's kind of the whole point, right? Like how science tries to strip a lot of that away, but math is, like, a really pure version of that. Where it's like, no, if you have you know, one rock and then you get another identical one. You now have two. That's how it works. That's just a law of existence. That's an observation. Yeah, let's go! Ooh. Ooh, you're a big math person. Math can be kind of fun. Math can be kind of fun. I was resentful of the institutions of school as a kid. I was an angry kid. Stupid. Hurtful only to myself, you know, and not doing homework and stuff like that, but... Hey, about formalism? Oh, God. 1 + 1 = 2, in fact, was an observation. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying in a way. Like, it's... Math is about proving that it works that way. Which was devoid of excitement because no one lost points. That's because I was talking about math. Because I'm weirdly feeling passionate about math right now. I just feel like I enjoy so much subjectivity in my life that I enjoy the objectivity of math occasionally. It is a nice contrast. It is a nice contrast, and logic that makes sense and has an answer is satisfying. Because it's not really, in a way, like as somebody who went to school for like literature and writing and stuff, in a way, it's not really satisfying that like there are no wrong answers when writing an opinionated essay about a piece of literature. That's not satisfying in a certain way. You know what I mean? We crave concrete answers for things. Nice that math delivers them. Oh, also would stop me while I'm yapping about something unrelated. That's right. Crunch is a calcoholic. Most of the grades were big tests unless you fucked up your first midterm, then it was shitty. And you're talking about college? Oh, whoops. We got a new... You're bringing this gimmick back? Com tits. You need to use the full bounce tools there for sure. You hated the weekly assignment? Yours was weekly? Dude, mine was like daily. The way we had our classes was you would have each class and the periods would cycle. So some days classes would cycle out. You'd have your class like, you know, 4 days a week out of 5, let's say. You'd have math 4 days a week out of 5. One day math would cycle out and you wouldn't have it. But it would always be the homework is due next class. You'd have math homework 4 nights a week. And they would always be just high in volume of problems, specifically because it was supposed to be like, we think if you spend 90 minutes working on this, you will internalize it. And I was like, I don't want to spend 90 minutes doing that. I want to go to band practice, and then I want to play video games, and I want to eat, you know, 2 boxes of Kraft mac and cheese, but the shapes kind, because it tastes better. You know? Tit. Got a 2-week timetable. Homework was into optional. What does that mean, a 2-week timetable? This room seems tricky. But yeah, basically, it was an expectation that a lot of different teachers wanted... They were assigning stuff with the intention of the student should be spending X amount of time outside of school on this class every day. And I, as a teenager, did not want to be spending more than maybe an hour, you know, outside of school, if any time at all. And most of the homework I did do was in study halls and stuff. Obviously, I did some stuff like reports and shit. People found out the shape of language AI uses? Holy, very common for humans to go on little tangents that are fundamentally useless to the rest of writing, whereas AI pretty much always keeps to the point without adding extra flair, which sucks. Which sucks. We love idiosyncrasies, and we keep grinding them out of everything in the world, man. But we love them. They're what make us like things. You know what I mean? You don't like a singer's voice because the pitch is perfect. You like it because of the very specific timbre of it, the idiosyncrasies of it. That's the stuff we actually really like. That's what's exceptional. Pissing me off. Hey. I don't remember how you work, dog. This feels like the last room or something. My goodness. There's more than weekly, but in college, I had multiple classes where 80% was your first 2 big tests, 20% per project or something. Yeah, college was different. Once again, college was different. This was all high school and before. For science, for the reason of it's trying to do what math does by proving what we see and what we know. We'll always have the endless, but why is it like that where math doesn't end? Things for a reason flat out, though that might be hard to find, is there, like the infinity of every number. One is bigger than the other, yeah. Go a step further to figure out why. Yeah, I think that is cool about science. I do think it makes it less inherently satisfying. No way I was going to stop talking about shrimp long enough to offhandedly mention that pandas are the worst. I think the good news, chat, is that in the long run, humanity has expressed an desire for individuality, has expressed a desire for individuality. But the bad news is in the short term for those of us that are alive now. I don't know if revolution's gonna come. We beat it though, man. We beat it, let's go. But at least I beat the level, bro, let's go. I did not beat the level. I cannot fucking believe it. Ow! Did the homework in the class that it was due if it was a serious assignment. Interesting. That was almost a crazy fucking save. The word for when your school day is over in Danish is fri, which also translates to freedom. So my logical mind decided homework shouldn't be done because I'm free from school, so to say. Teachers didn't agree with my logic, sadly. I agree. I agree. Like, realistically, school was a big part of the day. Hey, there we go. I only had so much free time after, man, and they wanted to fucking eat that. They wanted to eat that shit with homework. We just sight read the levels, baby. That's all it is. Over. Get wrong. I do love this gimmick of the screen closing in the opposing directions. I think it's super elegant and fun. Oh. I might have been a nerd in school, but homework is to keep kids busy. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like, I don't know. I have some of this like lingering rebellion into my adult life too, and it doesn't always help me. I do this with the work from home situation, where they're like, you gotta come in 1 day a week now after 5 days of being fully from home, and I'm like, why? And they're like, because you gotta. And I'm like, can you point to a real reason? And they're like, no, but you gotta because we pay you. And I'm like, well, fuck you, that doesn't make sense. And I'm a little rebellious about it, and it sometimes, you know, gets me in a little trouble at work, and I shouldn't do that. And I feel like that was the same exact way, unfortunately, that I was with homework, where I was like, if I can pass the test, why should I have to prove it by doing, like, you know, 90 minutes of problems tonight? And they were like, because I said so. And I was like, that's not good enough for me. And they were like, too bad, I make the rules, you know? And the actual smart thing to do there is to just then play by the rules, because you are, unfortunately, you know, a part of that system and you have no say. But I'm just a little fucking stubborn sometimes, man. Ugh. Isn't it really frowned upon for a company to expect their workers to do their work at home? Why are we taught that school and that we're doing work at home is a normal thing to do? Yeah, it is weird. It is strange. It's because kids are supposed to be kept busy, yeah. People gotta do other shit, and kids are fucking needy. Ow! I think I'd be more enthusiastic about class if they didn't demand my free time after school. I also like to think I'd just be deluding myself, and I'd absolutely still slag off in class. I mean, I felt that college was more respectful of my time, even more respectful of my time, sorry. Even when the workload was high. There were times in college where the workload was high. I read a lot of fucking books, man. And I like reading books, but like I read a lot of fucking books, you know? But it still felt like there was always that angle of like, nice, just do it. You gotta be cunting my shit. There was always that kind of freedom angle of it where you had a little more of an idea what was going on, and stuff was at least weekly or bi-weekly assignments. It wasn't like, you gotta do 50 problems and come back with them for Wednesday. You know, it would be like, this week we're talking about this book. Next week we're gonna be talking about that book. You gotta read that book by next week, you know? And that'd be like a lot of reading to do, but it felt somehow a little less bad. And then you would go into class, and the expectation was everybody has read the book, and now we can just talk about it, you know, no, all spoilers on the table. And it was actually, as other students, it was genuinely kind of annoying if people tried to contribute without reading the book or whatever, and stuff like that. So it was like, it made more sense, like doing the work kind of affected everything, and I don't know, slotted in more in a way. Felt better. Rice cookers arrive. Let's go. Thankfully learn some subjects well by doing things over and over, but still murder on kids with ADD. Yeah, for sure. Well, and the tough thing is that there's not really a super good answer. There's no good one-size-fits-all answer for education, and, you know, with the way our system's set up, there's not enough fucking labor to educate all these damn children. How am I... Can I turn the shit off there somehow? Or is it that I need to spend less time in cool mode originally? Or more time in lava mode? Go over. There you go. Jet. I purposefully wait and let the lava get higher so that I have more time to buy on the ice? Kind of think maybe. Like, wait. Oh. I think that is smart. I think that will work. Pay shortage. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a pay shortage. That is true. At least in the U.S. At least in the U.S. Educator money sucks. I mean, I know that firsthand. My mom is a principal and, like, does all right. But considering how long she's been in her job and the number of people she manages and stuff, it's crazy how little she ultimately ended up making at the end of, like, a, you know, 25-year career as a principal. Compared to if she had done managing, you know, if she had managed that number of people in a corporate job, basically. Beef that again? That's it, baby. Let's go. Is this B-side like way longer than the other ones? I'm not complaining. I just remember the other B-sides being shorter, and I feel like we've been straight up just shitting out rooms our dick for breakfast. And we have not... It's still just going, man. It's just going. Paper marking bonus. You think about it, core is the heart of the mountain and the true nature of Mount Celeste. It's a dual nature of polar opposites, fire and ice, just like Madeline and Badeline. Yeah, Madeline and Badeline. Saying everyone has two sides. True. I do wonder what the theming of Chapter 9 is going to be, if this is the core. Almost. What? Beefed it. Logical mind would think that teachers, educators should be the most esteemed profession that one could have. Should be paid more than high-tier government jobs. At least we want to progress the species. I agree. I think one thing that's really funny is Mira's humbling me in rounds. Dude, Mira's very good. Mira has Mira's got 4-digit hours in rounds, bro. The upwards wall make you go up? It does. It pulls me. I think it is very interesting. Like, if you just pulled together a group of 50 random people in a room, and you said, do you think as a species we should be working towards the general betterment of humanity? That should be our goal. 50 random people would be able to agree yes, right? I feel like when you look at it on a small scale, everyone can say yes. We should be trying to improve life for all of humanity, progress as a species, so on and so forth. But for some reason, when you start actually looking at like the structures of the world, none of them want that to happen. Progress happens despite the systems that are in place. People are always like, no, billionaires create innovation. No, they do not. They do not. We just identified a very easy point to point at right there. Why is education not a prioritized thing in society? And it's not. It's simply not. When you look at like budgets and stuff, that's one of the easiest things. It's one of the clearest things. Like, educate children. Find new smart people and get them to think of ideas, because new people thinking of stuff might think of it different. And they might crack the code and whatever, and yada yada. So tight. Split and profit. Yeah, it's just, unfortunately, what we have learned, and by we, I mean me, and by me, I mean a person who knows nothing and has no authority to speak on such things. But we have learned that humans at scale, fucking dick. Humanity at scale responds only to one thing, and that is personal incentives, primarily in the form of security, primarily in the form of money. And whatever structures are set up around those systems will dominate everything. Period. You know? Hey, thanks for the 6-month streak, buddy. But it's so like, if the system is built to just reward, you know, CEOs, then like, what are we doing, man? But I'm not saying anything innovative here. I'm just I'm just upset. Humans at scale, fucking dick. I'm gonna talk the education funding thing because one of the few issues that is entirely one-sided and it's very finger-pointy. That's true. Yeah, and yeah, I'm not trying to get overly political. I know. I was saying this to my buddies the other day when we were doing the recording session. I was like, I feel like I'm at this interesting point where in a lot of ways, I'm like really happy with my life and how things are going. Like, I love Leah. We have this house. The stream is going well. Like, I'm happy with my general day-to-day. There's a lot of stuff that like is good and that I love and I'm happy and grateful for. But I also just have this like, you know, I don't know, like lingering just like rage about the fact that things seem so flagrantly wrong, and it's just like, yeah, well, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, buddy. Oh well, sorry, pal. But I mean, what are you gonna do? I should just focus on being grateful about the things that are good, right? It just sucks where that feels like, that mentality then feels like a win for them. That's complacency, right? You know? But then I don't know. I'm not trying to fucking raise a riot in here. Much people want better. It's biological for us to be at least somewhat selfish. Yeah. Add up a little selfishness over many diffused systems, and it adds up. Baby, life sucks, yeah? A burning rage like the clap. Hate this. Ooh. Sometimes otherwise we get ran over being too passive. I know, and yeah, it's just tough, man. I can hold over on the left. And it all comes back to koalas. Koala's the animal that chats like, oh, they're not cute. Actually crazy, bro. You're acting like hot people, hot influencers haven't been going to Australia and taking fucking Instagram pictures of them with koalas since the dawn of time. Koala's hella cute? Yeah, thank you, Evil. Am a koala? Well, sorry, bad news for you, Malaquin. You're a fucking uggo. Better luck next time in the genetic lottery, buddy. Some koalas are cute. Okay, so you're saying to call an animal cute, we have to go around and verify that all of them are cute? Like, yes, believe it or not, they contain multitudes. They're an entire species, man. Hey, what's up, Billy? Tiny old men can absolutely be cute. I lost the lines. This is a recurring conversation. It hasn't come up quite as much as, you know, mozzarella sticks and sauce, but it's getting there. Dick! Koalas are fucking disgusting, but then again, I think most reptiles and insects are sexy, so I think my bias shows itself. Yeah, what do you think of, like, a kitten, Licorice? What do you think of a kitten or a puppy? Every single panda. Pandas are also cute. I read a comment on Reddit, so it must have been a really true fact, but somebody said that polar bears are very kind of like cute and like, you know, dopey a lot of the time and don't like really like get super like as fearsome as other bears and stuff, apparently, because they're like an apex predator and they just don't have to worry about it. They just don't really have to be scary, so they just don't. All right. We need baby pandas for obscure slime farming techniques. What are you talking about? Is that like Minecraft? There are pandas in Minecraft, I think. And with human babies, they're definitely ugly human babies. Minecraft, okay. There are definitely ugly human babies. Almost. Most human babies are ugly. Yeah. We shouldn't make it racial, so nobody follow up on this, but I just want to say that I think white babies are the ugliest. Almost always. No one elaborate. But I know you all agree. Babies will change your brain chemistry to like babies more. True, but that's God fucking around with my wiring, and I don't like that, man. He should stay out of it. He should go back to, like, playing CSGO or whatever he does. I cannot believe we just saved that. Come on, man. Tall white flute that's as heavy as your car is rip a sign you is hungry. True. I want to elaborate on it now. Can't. Them's the rules. Come on, my tit. Back to Minecraft. Nice. Bears are great. They're just unable to catch up with human evolution since they're evolved to fit in with 16th century kitchen floors rather than whatever kitchen floors. What are you talking about? Funny how if it's your own baby, you can't admit it's hideous because that'd be saying you are uggo too. That's not always true. That's not always true. I know a family chat. There's a family friend I know where I was just talking about them the other day with my mom and sister and Leah. There's a family we know where one of the children, they have 3 kids. They have 3 kids. These kids are all adults now, by the way, to just contextualize this to not make it sound so weird. They're all adults. They're like my age. This is, they have 3 kids. Daughter, I would say standard pretty. You know? Absolutely very attractive person. But not like stops you dead in your tracks beautiful. One brother, one of the sons, one of the two sons. Actually, Adonis. One of the most attractive people I might have ever seen in my life. In person. Like the kind of person that people are like, you should model, and like, I get why they say it. Like literally the kind of person that the whole room was like, holy shit, that dude's handsome. And like tall. Tall, handsome, square jaw, just very good looking, and a doctor, by the way, and a doctor. And then the third brother, or the third child, the young brother, the youngest brother, maybe one of the most weaselly looking people I have actually ever seen in my life. Now, to be fair, I think there was something like he got sick when he was young or something. It was something that came into play. There was something that came into play, but this kid was like verified, did not look good. You know, not a great looking face, very scrawny, very short, kind of gangly in a way, you know. And it was just the sort of thing where it's like, do not get me wrong, all people are beautiful, you know, in their own ways and stuff, but it's still like, and I think actually he is with somebody now. I'm sure he found love and stuff in life. He's a nice dude, everything. But it's one of those things where it's like, that sucks. That sucks. That sucks. That's tough, because they were like close in age, man. They were like close in age. And I saw pictures from when they were younger, and this kid was always like that. You know, so it was like, they were going to high school together. It was like, yeah, that's my brother. And he was pointing to like Adonis. Wanted to unalive perfect Adonis doctor. Got the short straw, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, just like, because once again, I think life has been okay to this dude. He's had a perfectly good life, but it's still one of those things where it's like, I know that sucked. I know that sucks. The world is just kinder to better looking people, and you had an exceptionally attractive brother. And that blows, dog. That sucks. Because it's definitely the kind of thing, like, you wouldn't even think they were related. They didn't even look, like, at all similar. You know? Apart from the fact that they were both white and had brown hair. Which is, you know, 85% of kids at most of the school, at the school they went to. Don't happen to have a very handsome milkman? No, dad and the mom both good looking. If anything, it was an ugly milkman. Oh. Whoops, what was I thinking? This room's hard, man. There it is. That the way? Whew. And then the funny part, that kid will probably work harder to be more successful because he can't have Ryan looks. Yeah, I don't know. I have to admit that family that we know is one of those families that, like, reminds me that just hard work matters in life, but also your positioning matters in life. Because they're, like, very wealthy and have had access to all of the best everything for their entire life, and all three of the kids are, like, very successful. And that can absolutely happen with families that are not as well off either, but I've just seen that pattern enough IRL where it does kind of like wear on you a little bit over time, you know? Because they're not like Jeff Bezos rich, but they're like, the family has an apartment in Boston that nobody actually lives in. It's just there in case anyone wants to go stay in town. They're that kind of rich. You know? Tillamook mint choco chip ice cream. Holy. I know, I'm getting hungry. It's getting close to stream wrap time, huh? I'm yelling about the bourgeoisie in here. They got the cabin house. Well, nicer than that. Nicer than that, because a cabin house is one thing, which is nice, but you can, like, you know, if you're looking, you can kind of get those for reasonable prices. A fucking any kind of permanent residence in downtown Boston proper is crazy expensive. So to maintain it for conveniences, crazy. Boston's like commonly like top 3, top 5 most expensive cities in the country. Yes. Oh. Once again, though, nice people. Nice people. It's not like there's anything, you know, Adonis is the bourgeois D. That's it right there. That is not it. I feel like, do I need to do that all in one go? Because like I consistently am not making that jump. You need to hit it back though to save a little time. Whew. I don't know what the... Yeah, I think you maybe want to reset it and then go back down and like launch up and over again. At this level next 10 attempts? You think so? You believe in me, Deegan? Because doesn't that almost feel like I'm closer to getting it? But I'm not getting it. It's maybe, and you know what I gotta do? I gotta lean into that wall on the left that I can grab. That's what I gotta do. I got an idea. Everybody calm down. I got an idea. There, you see that wall on the left? I didn't grab it there, but I could. Oh! Because I could definitely then jump off of it. I'm pretty sure I could make it jumping off of it to the green crystal. Didn't get the good boost. We must be close to the end of the level now. I've said that so much, but like, we gotta be, right? We simply must be. Come on, my cock. I figured that room that had like all the gimmicks in the game was going to be the last one. Reset. I don't feel good about it. Next 100 attempts, it's fine. The attempts go quick in this game. Genuinely, this is the kind of game that's so fast that a death counter would slow it down by like hours. You know? Just having to take that fucking second and do it 3 times a minute. Oh. Like a Mario. Give me a second for the mental. Time is it? 43:37. 9:50. The mod that shows your death counter? That would be fun. Pressure means it's time for Crunch to puff. It does. Yeah, actually. Built in to save on the input time. Yeah, apparently Autumn said there's a mod. 43:37. Hey, what's up, Sebstar? Thanks for the follow. Do a prediction, chat. New prediction. 43:37. Do we get this by... Give me a little time. Say 43:55. Had mods adding the +1 of the death counter that have to tag team to not get stream-related injuries. That's true. I don't think the death counters I do. I just put it on my plus button here. All right, predictions up, everybody. Do we clear this level by 43:55? 5 minutes on the prediction. We've already got a lot on belief. So if I do not do it, there is going to be a payout for believers, or for doubters, I mean. Gamble your money, chat. Now is the time. Now's the time. All right, we're seeing some doubt. We're seeing some doubt flowing in. Seeing a little doubt entering the conversation. Not very much, though. Not very much, man. A lot on belief. Wow, thank you, Chad. Don't forget the timer's running. Yeah, I accounted for that, Autumn. I accounted for that with adding some time. I was like, I'm going to sit for a minute while it runs down for a second. Smoke a little bit. Drink my wine. Drink my water. Yap. Harass Beefy. Beefy, you smell. That's what my nose is for. Beefy, you gonna play rounds on Saturday? You entering the arena? Thing is, I've already got the path now. You need to get some more wine. I could, yeah. Time is set. For rounds on Saturday, Mira's definitely the person to beat, but we'll see. People have been training. I think Addy was looking pretty scary to me. See. I'm not super worried. You think you're going to take the W, Beefy? You think you can smoke Mira like a brisket? You think you could smoke Mira like a ham? Is it weird that saying ham just made me think of Downton Abbey? Dude, my name unrelated. Try. Oh, that's all any of us can do. Isn't there a pop song that says you gotta try or whatever? The Pink, maybe? I don't know how you pronounce the exclamation mark. I don't like it. That was something. Oh! Every pop song has try in the chorus. Maybe not every single one. Evie's been training for 2 weeks straight. Mira, how are the matches against Squid going? Mira's training right now. Get it lower than that, yell pee really loudly, and then follow up with a relaxed pink. That's how you say pink. Proving literally as we play, it's concerning. Squid's good at games in general, especially ones that require aiming. My learning coefficient is massive. I have the best brain. I have the best brain. Remember that movie Phenomenon with John Travolta? I'm him before he dies. I'm just smart as hell. That was too long to wait. That was too long to wait, you idiot. Team sale money became car repair money? No, that's how car repairs work. The car knows that you're excited to spend money or need it for something else, and it's like, yeah, I'll break now. I'll break now. This feels good. Oh, I was trying to, like, hesitate and not hit the top thing. I want to hit it as I jump. We're getting there, though, chat. We're gonna hit it. Yeah, it's funny how this becomes... It's such a mix of puzzle in there. It's a lot about just working out the, you know, work out the strats, work out the tech, and then execute. Which is actually very similar. It's similar to a lot of stuff, but it's especially, for me, similar to Souls games, right? Look at the curated encounter, lose a bunch, work out your strat that you want to actually use to succeed against the very specific encounter, and then execute it properly. Fun, man. It's a good loop. I enjoy it. Nice. Go. That was almost it. If we had gone a little quicker, that would have been it. You gotta be quicker than that. Hit. Hey, Bradley Cooper and Limitless, then I realized I just started staring at a wall thinking that. Everybody that's at least a little bit reasonable has to try telekinesis every once in a while. Not often. Once every 5-10 years. You gotta try. Don't lie to me, Beefy. Don't look me in the jellies and been like, you never been like, what if I could just do it now? And then, like, put your hand out towards the remote and tried? And yours seems right. What do you mean not often? See, we're already seeing. Oh, we lived! Ooh. I mean, it's run and flail your stick around win because you're god tier uber skilled and IRL looks master. That's true, yeah. When you say once in a while, I thought you meant like once a month. No, not once a month. All the time you become able to lucid dream. That's true. Sometimes it works. You're like, oh, dream time? Yeah. When I was a kid, someone asked me if I'd seen Phenomenon. I thought they said Mana Mana, the skit with the Birdo Muppets. Very different. Very different experience. Trying that like 6 times a day. I have clear and distinct memories of controlling the wind at the age of like 6. Let's go. That's the kind of stuff, chat, where I've said, like, me personally, I choose to, even though it is illogical, I choose to believe in a little bit of magic because I like it. And I don't believe it exists. I believe it could exist in a way, you know? Like, I guess I allow myself to think that theoretically there could be something untapped we don't know about. Even though I think that it breaks down with any logical examination. You know? I do it just because I like it. Yes? Oh my god, yes! Yes! Your decision making was gonna start making me tweak if you didn't get it soon enough. Sorry, we got there, Thebes, eventually. Magic is the fucks you give along the way, yeah. Chat's gifted, not with all the same skills. Like, what's the worst superpower? Because they never show you the shitty mutants. X-Men's weird with that, though, Dr. Squirrels. Because if you talk to an X-Men knower and you start getting into it, it's like there are actually 3 X-Men together that when they work together can make a power that can end the whole world. And one of them is a guy where his whole thing, all he can do is he can just create green balls. Or I think they're gold. I think he creates gold balls. That's his whole power. But that power is involved in the power cocktail that creates, like, world-ending power. You gotta think beyond the individual gift. Can manipulate beans. Manipulating beans kind of sick. Swallow that encircles the disc. The Discworld. Never read any of the Discworld books. Been recommended them plenty. Yep. Oh, wait, we pay the believers. I did it. I did it. We pay the believers, baby. I forgot. We should wrap soon, by the way. It's 10. Oh, I'm hungry. The worst superpower? I feel like superpowers can kind of be anything, so you could just think of like... I don't know. The worst superpower is when I find myself enjoying the company of somebody, they die. That power sucks. That would be really bad. Teleporting, but only 1 inch at a time? See, how fast can you do it? Teleporting 1 inch at a time is very good in Noida. Your power is that your skin dissolves sometimes. That reminds me of... I've talked a lot about how Dropout is very funny. Dropout TV, like, you know, Dimension 20 and Game Changer and stuff. They have this show called VIPs. And is it totally spelled out? Whatever it is. They have this show where effectively... The premise of it's very funny. They take a comedian, they put them in with a group of prosthetic makeup artists, and the artists turn them into like a crazy character. They look at themselves in a mirror without knowing what they're going to become. So they go through the whole process, like hours of having stuff worked on. Then they see themselves in the mirror, and they have to come up with what their character is. They have to come up with what their character is, and they have like, you know, an hour or something to try to think up bits and try to think up who they are and what their thing is. And then they go on like a talk show, basically, and we watch the talk show. And it's very funny. And there's one who, yeah, Dr. Squirrels, there's a lady that's just covered in rocks. But her thing is she's playing like a 9-year-old boy who's just rocks. Who's just rocks. And the stuff that comes around that is so fucking funny. I very highly recommend it. I don't even know how you would find that. VIP's Rock Lady. It's amazing. Superhuman strength, normal bone density. Yeah, it's a tough one. Being able to transform into the Hulk, but only when you're asleep. Forced to hear everything all the time? That is tough. Superhuman tendons. Oh. You eject all the hair from your body once? Eep. I don't need a bounce there, right? I just skip that? Yeah, if I need a dash there, then I don't use this thing at all. I should get more ups. Gotta jump, though? You gotta grab it. Mirrors would be to transform into Gerber Baby, but only when she eats mushy peas, yeah. Use the Gerber Baby all the time, though. Get it? Nothing I chat. She got me 5-1 in the last game, but I got her at least once. Squid, I'm glad you got her at least once. Hope the rounds were fun, man. Oh! My ideal superpower is being able to stop yourself from getting a random boner, but your dick gets a centimeter shorter each time you do it. Why is that ideal? I can't think of any reason. Did the Gerber Baby accept when eating mushy peas? Ooh, yeah, now we're talking. The grab there is fucking awful. The sport is coming out fully in public. The feel of that's so weird, chat, because you got to land on it. At least, I don't know how much you have to do this, but I like I literally land on it and I hold the D-pad down a little bit along with as it leans down. And then as it goes up, I slide up to the top of my D-pad and hold up. And then when it hits its arc, I'm hitting X to jump. And it's like literally, it's like a glide with it motion that you do. I don't know if the down part is necessary, but it helps me time it right, so. Goes past 0, does your dick start extending infinitely inside you? Good question. Licorice? Do you think a Noida gamble perk IRL? Probably not. What if I got the Lukey legs? I guess most of them are good IRL. You don't actually catch fire all the time like you do in Noida. You don't like need fire immunity. You'd have telekinesis, but only if he eats mustard and pickles. That'd be dope IRL. They have like a million spider legs, I guess. Be kind of weird. You would be like studied by like scientists and shit. You talking shit about Lukey mutation? Yeah, it's a garbage perk. It's a garbage perk. I'd maybe rather take no tinker, because that's funny at least. Yeah, tinker everywhere but doesn't help, yeah. The flame on the center of the platform moves towards you when it flings you. What if you get boomerang, try throwing the trash out or drinking? Yeah, big problems. True. Yeah, no, you can just hold up. The down part is unnecessary. As soon as you land, hold up. I kind of miss the motion of the ocean, though, chat. Oh. Projectiles don't despawn. What if you got homing? You'd kill everyone? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the Noida perks have to do pretty exclusively with violence. Nice! Do we do it? Yo. The gravity's off? Don't fuck with a base rule like that. Talking about buckwheat. Hey, we get it back when we land now. The core stuff no longer applies. It's old Celeste rules. Fun. Go. Ugh. Your IRL can no longer fix anything. Remote batteries died. Sucks for you. You got this. Thank you, Autumn. I appreciate your belief. Oh my god, dude. Getting my dashes back by landing is honestly, it's like the most freeing feeling, dog. I had dashes, too. Like, I feel like I could just move freely here, man. Would no more shuffle mean you have aimbot? No, that would probably be like reduced spread or something. No more shuffle would be you can't shuffle cards. Being able to fly, but only north. Interesting. Why? Crunch already has the greed perk. I really do. Just not that greedy for money in particular. I'm greedy for glory. Twitch is my battlefield. God, that's cringe. No! None of us being cringe in this chat. Too true, brother. It did not touch me. It... He kind of reminds me of Pico 8 Celeste. I don't remember Pico 8 at all. That was a different person that played Pico 8. That was, what, 8 years ago we did that? That's so cute! Like that? Hey, we got it. Why? You can eat the ice. You don't eat ice, you drink it. Was also a different person 8 years ago. Time changes us all. Some in different ways than others. Beefy's been all for the worse. Every year, he gets 40% shittier. Oatmeal's even worse. Every year he gets 100% shittier. Alright, this is it. I'm with Hank Greed on this one. We're technically lava monsters. Could we be? Why? Eat your vegetables as just being normal. You don't eat vegetables, Beefy. You all laugh about how I'm honest about not eating vegetables, while you all also don't eat vegetables. You eat, well, let's be clear. I eat some vegetables. I just don't eat a lot of vegetables, and I think y'all are like that too. A lot of you, not all of you. I believe that Mira eats salads. I don't think she's fully a liar. About this, at least. She lies about not liking UFO 50. She doesn't lie about salads. I eat broccoli? What do you do? I eat broccoli. You've seen it. What? Happy with iron stomach, even if psychedelics no longer work to me, though I'd wonder if I'd ever feel hungry, if I'd always feel stuffed. Well, apparently you can still shift with iron stomach. We discovered that yesterday. Well, we shouldn't talk about Noida during Celeste. eat majority veggies. We're not so different, you and I. Eat a lot of veggies, but my partner takes responsibility for my evening meals during the week, so, like, I didn't make the choice. Ooh, yeah, there you go. Mini cucumbers and hummus. Such a good snack. I've never been that much of a hummus enjoyer, but I haven't given it much of a real shot. Not recently, at least. My dislike of hummus comes from long enough ago that I don't remember what it originated from, you know? Perhaps it's time that I give hummus another, you know, go around the old, shit taster. Hummus is good, yeah. It's like, just like chickpea paste, right? Nice. Yes, yeah. With dissolved powders, keep my house clean. Depends on the kind of filth, for sure. You know? Because dust isn't really powders, is it? Dust is, a lot of the time, dust bunnies are like hairs and stuff. Well, I guess some of it's powders. Our dust bunnies are all cat fur, but that's because we have cats. Cooked. I'm a homosexual. You eat hummus a lot, Mirror? That makes sense. I feel like a lot of veggie enjoyers are actually just hummus enjoyers. Because that's the thing about vegetable enjoyers, chat. Vegetable enjoyers are always like, oh yeah, man, you gotta have carrots or whatever. You can dip them in peanut butter or you can dip them in hummus. Oh man, you gotta have broccoli. You put it with some cheese and pasta and chicken. It's so good. Oh man, you gotta have Brussels sprouts after you cover them in garlic and butter and seasoning and stuff. It's so good. It's like, yeah, when you take a bad flavored thing and you cover it in a lot of good tasting stuff, it gets a little better. Have Polaire tumbleweed. Choco Bracco. And I mean, to be fair, too, in the sake of this argument, if you eat like a bald-ass piece of like broiled chicken, you know, it's pretty boring and not good either. You're adding some stuff to make that stuff good. So, let's be fair, you know? But still. But still. Oh! Yes, sir! What? Salt and fat makes things taste good. And acid, brother. Salt, fat, acid, and heat, right? Those are all the things that Lip from Shameless needs in a Chicago kitchen in order to inspire the people of Chicago. Apparently there's Ursine influence. Well, close one. It was sad. I know that you mean it like you're sad I didn't make it, but there's a funnier way to take it too. You can see that episode of Flavortown. I do it a weird way. Well, I think Guy Fieri's pretty much just a cunt. I do kind of miss diners, drive-ins, and dives. There's a certain vibe to it. Perhaps it's just, you know, because I've seen a lot of it at this point. They've, you know, Guy Fieri's won me over in that way. He's also the kind of douche where at this point, he's been, at least as far as I've known, kind of just earnestly that brand of, like, cringe and not actually bad. You know? I could be wrong about that, though. Maybe he's really bad. I might just not know. I haven't heard anything. You know what I mean? You haven't heard. He's like, he's an asshole to people. He beat his wife. He cheats on what, you know, like whatever. He's just kind of, yeah, he just looks like that. That's the problem. Yeah, like, Beefy, do not beat your wife. That's illegal and very morally wrong. I knew it. She likes it, don't worry. I don't know, man. That sounds like when J.K. Rowling was like, oh, it's okay that the house elves are slaves. They like it. Okay. Okay, Joanne. Small restaurant, Guy Fieri walks in versus when Gordon Ramsay walks in. Gordon Ramsay actually apparently is a decently nice fella. Outside of the context of when he's yelling for TV. I do, though, when I see stuff like, you know, like at the supermarket, there'll be things where it's like, it has like Gordon Ramsay's face on it, and it's like frozen like mac and cheese with bacon bits in it. And it's like Gordon Ramsay, white cheddar, bacon, mac and cheese, and it's like, Gordon didn't make that. You know? What? If things to do, sure, yeah. Your shows are polar opposites. Guy Fieri means the restaurant you're eating is fire. Ramsay means it has health code violations. True. Clearly, Ramsay wouldn't make it. It has melted cheese. Yeah. Gordon, I just don't know why you have to lie to me, man. I was coming into this relationship with good faith. You're telling me you made this bacon white cheddar mac? I don't see your signature on it. I don't like it. Good. What? Tell me an egg fried that rice? Oh my god. I was kind of glancing at the preview over here, so that wasn't helping. Definitely had amazing barbecue from a place that almost certainly had health code violations. Yeah, I mean, plenty of people's kitchens probably would have health code violations if they were a restaurant, you know? It's just, it's good to have health codes, but it doesn't mean the food is bad. It just means there's a chance that something ain't right. It really is. If you go and watch the original UK run of Kitchen Nightmares, you can tell he's genuinely there to help them see them succeed, but they thought it wouldn't sell as well in the Americas, so they had him act a lot tougher for it, and that brand just stuck with him. Yeah. Which makes sense. I think the clearest articulation of this was watching the Great British Bake Off versus American reality TV. Like, at a similar time, my roommates and I were watching the Great British Bake Off as it was airing weekly and watching through Ink Master, which is like the most aggressive, yeah, like American angry white men, Autumn. Like the most aggressive angry white men show. Like everything is competition. Everything is like cut each other's throats. Everything is about getting the prize money at the end to lift yourself up and what you're going to do for your family for it and all this stuff. And then Bake Off is everybody's just like, I'm so happy to be here. And then they're like helping each other when they're at the end and done with tasks and stuff. And then they don't even win anything at the end. They're just pogging because it's nice. They're just pogging because it's nice. Like in Ink Master, when it's doing like a B-side, like a B-roll shot, it's of like a clay skull getting smashed by a hammer. And then in Bake Off, when it's like a B-roll cutaway, it's legitimately like a baby sheep in a field. You know? I am still live, squirrels. We're gonna end soon, though. I love Great British Bake Off. I also love Ink Master, actually, for what it's worth. Ink Master is like very classic American reality show trash TV. But, you also get to look at cool tattoos, and I like looking at cool tattoos. I enjoy the drama and, you know, basically like the slop of just like American reality TV. I do like it. I won't lie to you. But I also like looking at the tattoos, and I kind of personally think that that show in particular works well as a reality show, because I think that most people are able to watch it and come up with a fairly decent judgment on their own, even without technical knowledge. The judges in the show will be like, oh, you should have done this or should have done that to be like, you know, better in a tattoo sense. But for the most part, most people can look at it and be like, that tattoo is cool, that tattoo is not cool. You know? As opposed to sometimes, like with cooking shows, you can look at the food, but the judge tells you how it tastes, and you have to kind of listen to that. You know? And I think that Ink Master strikes a nice point where you can kind of really, like, actually be a part of that in a way. Bench Ink Master? Yeah, it's a good time. Squirrel Stripe? Whatever. They heavily prefer the original run of Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell. The UK ones are generally such wholesome shows to watch. The only time he's cursing someone out is because they genuinely need to have reality hit them. Noxie's putting on a tough guy act. Yeah, Hell's Kitchen and stuff, it's all like part of that. Like every episode he's screaming at people because that's what the show is. You know? Yeah, basically, I think reality shows with really visual stuff like that are fun for me. Like, I like Project Runway as well for that reason. Leah introduced me to that show. We watched a few seasons of it, and I had a good time with it. And honestly, that has a lot less drama than most American reality TV. Mostly just about the craft. But it's, like, fun to... Even if you're not into, like, fucking high fashion or whatever, it's just cool to see, like, these crazy outfits these people put together for these challenges and stuff. Because they're, like, reality show challenges, so they're making, like, high fashion, you know, dresses and stuff out of, like, fucking garbage or, you know, random other challenges. But yeah, UK reality seems a lot more wholesome, at least some of the time. I'm sure that's not entirely true. Oh, almost. We gotta get this man so I can go eat dinner. I'm hungry. I beeped it already. Ah. Oh. Just watching Groundhog Day? What'd you think? It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I remember the, you know, the basic structure, obviously. Not the way. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a classic. Quite funny parts. Yeah, that's a good one. I wonder if that's actually the first time loop movie. It can't be, right? That's the one I feel like people think about. Like when you describe a time loop movie, people be like, yeah, it's like a Groundhog Day situation. But I wonder what the first one actually is. February 2nd, nice. Look at that. Also watch Princess Bride. Princess Bride rocks, Stripe. What's got you watching all these movies, Stripe? I love this. Stripe's Mr. I don't know anything about pop culture. Now he's watching good movies? What's this? Dropping through the first one seems to work best. Yeah. I love movies. I love talking about movies. Surprised if there's one from like the 1960s. It's just some guy having fun playing around with superimposing film. Yeah, right. That's kind of what I mean, Licorice. Like, there's got to be something else first. I was thinking like there's like, you know, a Japanese movie or something that's like about a time loop. It has a very similar plot, but like no one's heard of. Watch this movie with my friend. I can't keep this up, though. I need to go back onto my rock where I belong. No, it's good, Stripe. It's good. There's good stuff. Your friend seems to have pretty good taste so far. Oh my god, the rock, it's awesome. Thebes is like, I have my platformers and my math under my rock, and I need naught else. I need naught else but my platformers and my math. Cool bugs under the rock, yeah, maybe a salamander or something. Not wrong. That was daring. Oh, yes! Ha! Let's go! Let's go! Love it. That's AB, we did it. Woo! Tough, man. GG. Difficult. Well, that's it. That's 8 stages, A and B, baby. 8 stages, A and B. I know, I thought, oh no, for a minute too, but then it looped, and I was like, oh, thank God. Ready for a real challenge? Seasides have been unlocked, and golden strawberries have appeared at the start of every chapter. What? Is that the game? It's not. It literally, they just unlocked a seaside for the entire game, yeah. And chapter 9. The moon. Farewell. Eastside chapter 1. I hear M side is decent. I'm curious, just real quick, chat. I just want to take a look and see if I see like the golden straw immediately. I do. You were not going away. Maybe I have to get through the room. No. Oh, I bet I know what it is, chat. Ah, you gotta beat the whole stage deathless, right? If I die, this goes away. Gone. It's back there. No way it follows me. Get to another checkpoint. Gotta be deathless. Because I feel like, dude, I could beat stage 1 deathless at this point, right? Gotta be actual baby stuff compared to, like, what we're doing in the game these days. I just died, but you know what I'm saying? If I refreshed myself with what the level was and, like, what the path was. It's probably, like, 6 minutes long, you know? Less, actually, it's probably, like, 5 minutes long. 4. Right? That's with speedrun strats, though. Obviously, I'm not going to be actually going that fast. I should end stream, but now, like, I'm like, I could beat stage 1 perfect, bro. To get the cherry. That was just a straw. What's up over here? That the way out? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right, I gotta stop. I'm so tempted to do that, though. That seems fun. That seems fun because I was cruising, man. I could do that hitless. I could do that hitless deathless. We were, what, 8/7 through the chapter? Even without speedrun strats, it's reasonable to get 2 minutes on City. Oh, Autumn. Sounds fun. That sounds fun, doesn't it? Real brag, but I got every berry in this game. You get your name on a list for it. Anywho, apologies. I hate boasting. No, that's rad. You've earned the right to boast, Thebes, especially with your continued restraint as a chatter in general. That's rad. Good for you, buddy. That sounds incredibly hard. Getting the gold on all of it's crazy. On top of everything else. Well, let's go ahead and call it there for the night with Celeste. We're going to do probably one more Celeste session next week, everybody. Didn't take long to get back to where you were, yeah. We're gonna do one last Celeste session next week, I think, on one of the like full stream days, and that'll be it for Celeste. So we'll do like a pretty long time. We'll probably play like 5 or 6 hours that day, and whatever we see, great. Whatever we don't, we don't. You know, that's gotta be. We gotta wrap on Celeste there. So next week is gonna be the finale for Celeste. We'll do one final big session. We'll look at some of the seasides. We'll peek at chapter 9. Maybe I'll try to get some golden strawberries. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for being here. I hope y'all enjoyed. That was a lot of fun. If you did and you're watching, you're on Twitch, hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks, everybody.